Let's go to the Maritime Museum of San Diego and the steam ferry Berkeley along the waterfront, and we're going to go aboard past a lot of the people and exhibits to the upper deck where there is a piano, which is very handy because it's exactly what we need to tell this story. Oh, and we need somebody to play a simple little melody, too. Jim Boydston, a docent at the museum, volunteered.
Okay.
Recognize it? It's a song that goes back to 1858, wildly popular, was said to be a favorite of President Abraham Lincoln. It's called Listen to the Mockingbird. Do you know it? Maybe you remember it from the Heckle and Jekyll cartoons that came along a century later. They were always playing Listen to the Mockingbird. Okay, so that's Listen to the Mockingbird. Now, I want to show you something. This is the only known picture of a little San Diego ferry boat called the Roseville from the 1880s. It was a cute little boat, very adorable.
But it was a very attractive little vessel, probably about 60 feet long, and I would guess that it could take upwards of 20, maybe 30 passengers on a good day.
Kevin Sheehan is one of the curators of the Maritime Museum. He showed us a model of the Roseville, which used to ferry passengers from what is today the Broadway Pier across the bay to the community of Roseville on Point Loma, named for its founder and developer Lewis Rose. There was a pier there and some new houses.
Roseville was the name on everyone's lips. It was one of the places you wanted to go and be seen at.
So when you rode the little boat with that same name, Roseville, it was a first-class experience. Lamps, deeply upholstered chairs. And look, can you see in there in this model? That's a piano. Yes, there was a piano on board.
There's a piano, the famous Roseville piano. And as you were going over, you could hear all the latest tunes being played by the pianist.
Very nice, right? Back and forth across the bay on the Roseville with its piano and piano player.
But at one point, apparently, there was one pianist who could basically only play one song, and that was Listen to the Mockingbird.
So that's all he played, over and over and over again.
I wish we were out of here.
And so the engineer, the guy who was down in the engine room, that was all he heard day in, day out. And he gave an ultimatum to the owners of the boat, saying, either you find a new pianist or you find a new engineer.
Well, you can imagine what happened.
The pianist was fired, the engineer continued, and the boat went silent.
And that might be where the story ends. That boat, the Roseville, it's long gone and mostly forgotten, except for one thing. The Roseville piano, the very one on which Listen to the Mockingbird was played to distraction, it was saved and donated and is on board the Berkeley today. When you see it, or if you ever hear that old song, here's hoping you remember the Roseville and this story about San Diego. That was a fun video. If you would like to see more, here's all you have to do. Just click on the subscribe button, and that way you will see more videos just like that one as soon as they come out. And that is my advice from the front porch.